My trans and capricious little sister that I love her no matter what, but she went crazy and spits in my face in front of my girlfriend because I didn't call her little brother. So I ruined his life and sent him where he deserved to be. Since we were kids, my little sister has always been psychologically fragile. As time went on, she had some relationships, and I even received an anonymous complaint one day when I was 17 from one of my sister's acquaintances who explained that she had done something very serious to her. I didn't respond because I didn't want any trouble. I met a girlfriend when I was 18, and we had been together for 3 years. I have to admit that my parents were more interested in my life than my little sister. She became more unruly. She started hormone therapy. She wanted to change her legal gender. She shortened her hair and had surgery to remove her melons. Personally, I know I didn't handle it well and started avoiding her. My sister and mother, on the other hand, continued to support her, and they cut off all contact with my father. However, one day, when I was 21, I wanted to introduce my girlfriend to my family because we were considering getting married. My little sister was 19 and had also started dating someone whom she hid the fact that she was actually a woman. Apparently, she hadn't been in a relationship yet, but they occasionally kissed. I found out through my sister, and obviously, I didn't talk to her more than once or twice every 2 months. However, we organized a family dinner so that I could introduce my girlfriend to my parents. Everyone was there. My older sister, my mother, my little sister, and my 2 parents. My little sister was dressed as a man as usual, which caused a slight discomfort in the family. But my girlfriend was an open-minded woman, so no problem. My little sister didn't say hello to my father. They sat on opposite sides of the table. I was sitting across from her, so we started talking and my girlfriend got along very well with my family. At one point, my sister, who didn't seem to be in the best state, decided to shift the conversation to herself and said that she wished the family was as interested in her life as they were in mine. At that moment, my father didn't intervene. My mother, however, acknowledged that it was true, apologized, and said they would make an effort. My little sister became furious and said, "Here, no one will make an effort. No one sees me for who I am. No one accepts it. You can ask my older brother what he thinks of me. He only talks to me every 2 months when I ask him for news. He probably don't like trans people." At that point, he directly confronted me and said, "So it's true, you're really transphobic." I told her that no, not at all. Then she asked me if I truly considered her a man, then why continue to call her little sister? I told her that for me, she is my little sister and it will never change, that I still love her. Then she said, "If you love me, stop calling me little sister because now I am a man." I told her no, she is not a man. She will never know what it's like. She will never be able to give birth. She has the bone density of a woman, and there's nothing she can do about it. At that point, she became completely uncontrollable, grabbed her plate, and threw it at me. I got hit by the food, but not by the plate. After that, she went even crazier and did the unthinkable. You can check if there is a part 2 by clicking. After throwing the plate at me, he spat in my face in front of my girlfriend. I was filled with rage, and everyone separated us. My father asked him to leave the house immediately. My mother and sister started crying. He left, and I went to wash my face. My girlfriend told me that she supported me but not to hold it against him. I can tell you that I held it against him. He couldn't just spit in my face like that, and he was going to pay for it in the worst way. Let him be that sissy. My wife tried to calm me down, but I was already thinking about what I was going to do to get revenge. I ruined the whole evening. Then I remembered the message I received at 17. I changed phones, but I still had the old one in a bag I no longer used. I searched for it to see if I still had the number. And yes, I still had it. The message had been saved. As I told you, it was an old relationship of my brother's who told me that he had done something serious to him. I sent him a message hoping he would reply. I asked him what had happened, apologized for not responding before, but told him he could talk and I would listen. It was really serious. I sent this message without expecting much. The next day, I went to bed. I spent the whole day thinking about how I was going to get the number of my brother's new boyfriend to reveal to him that he was hiding the fact that he was a man. In reality, I didn't even need it because I found it on Instagram later that evening. Around 6 p.m. I planned to take care of it all. My brother's childhood acquaintance replied. My little brother was 15 or 16 at the time, and his friend said he thought my brother was a girl, that they started fooling around, and he did something really not cool to him. Unexpectedly, when the person revealed it to me, I had my revenge, as these are extremely serious allegations. I told him that he absolutely needed to speak up, to talk about it, and that I would help him because I couldn't condone that kind of behavior. So I consulted with him over a call, and we agreed that he would file a report and press charges for sexual assault, and I would support him by providing evidence of my little brother's everyday behavior. At that moment, I thought that maybe he would do the same with his current boyfriend. So I decided not to warn him. You can check if there is a part 3 by clicking on share and more.